Nigel, a cup tie to set the pulses racing. What are your thoughts after a thrilling night here?
Yeah, it was that. I think for quite long spells in the game we were second best just because they were so good. It wasn't too much we were doing wrong. They were just very, very competent. The pace they had, I think the respect that they showed us by naming a full side unchanged from Saturday said everything really. And top six side in League One, you can see the big difference, the pace, the speed which they move the ball. But we hung on in there and we made it through in the end.
Rewinding the clock, you made 5 changes. What was the thinking?
Jordan Barry's been carrying an injury, as Callum MacDonald has. Ollie Clark was shattered after Saturday. The only two, which was Lucas Hakins and Davis Keller-Dunn, who've played just about every minute of every game we've played so far, and there was a danger then if another 90 odd minutes tonight, then going into the week we've got next week, that's when you're in danger of picking injuries up. So I said to you, I think early on in the week and after the game Saturday, with any changes we make is because of injury, and it was more an injury prevention tonight with those two.
Back to the contest, you got up.
But I thought the lads who came in were brilliant. I thought George Williams, not played so far this season, started. I thought Bailey Cargill playing out of position at left back against the pace and the quality. I thought everybody who came in contributed.
And you got off to a tremendous start with that penalty after 5 minutes.
Yeah, very important for Will Swan to get his first goal of the season. Gailey's been pulled back, no problem. I don't think there was one dissenting voice from the Peterborough players for either penalty. So the referee was spot on with those, and it was important for Will to get his first goal.
They're a good side. They started controlling possession thereafter, as you would expect, I imagine.
Yeah, but they do it so well. We couldn't play out as much because literally they were putting everybody man to man up against us. And what we don't want to do is concede silly goals when they're so good. So you have to hang on in there. The free kick we conceded was a bit soft, and I think the movement on the ball just deceived Christy Pym. He was a bit disappointed at half time with it, and then straight after half time, that was the one really we shouldn't have conceded.
Otherwise, in that spell, Christy Pym pulled off some really good stops.
Yeah, similar to the last round. Hey, he's going to have to play well, and we're going to have to do some things to beat these sides because they're so good. But he did. He made some important saves, and again in the penalty shootout.
And then within the blink of an eye, on around about the hour mark, you started to go for the jugular.
Yeah, well, that was a case of hanging on in there and not conceding that third goal, which some good defending kept the score at 2-1. And anything happens in the last 10, 15, 20 minutes of the game, Flinty's itching to get up front. We didn't want to throw him up too early. Even the last 10 minutes, it's enough to cause a havoc. And I thought we could have even actually won it late on. I thought Callum MacDonald, with his left foot, I fancied him with the one that the goalkeeper cleared, a bit like Aaron Lewis at Accrington. I fancied him to hit the target from there.
Did you think you had a leveller earlier than when it eventually came on 69, when Boateng swung in that cross-come shot and Gale somehow added over?
Yes, we're not quite sure. Just said to him, if you're a defender and you'd say, can you clear that from under your own bar? It's a brilliant clearance, but it's going in anyway. He should have more sort of an awareness of what's around, but he's a young player, and I thought he was very, very good tonight. So we'll forgive him that. If we'd lost 2-1, we might not have done.
And then the late drama on 92 minutes, you won another penalty.
Yeah, I thought it was coming with Lucas's goal just offside. I think he was marginally offside, but then we win another penalty. Once again, no doubt about it. Not one dissenting voice or anything, not one argument. And Lucas tucked it away, but I thought no more than we deserved for hanging on in there first of all, and then the last sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. We're trying to go toe-to-toe with these teams, and we've got to be patient at times because they're better than us, and got to hang on in there, and the crowd have got to hang on in there with us and not get too frustrated. You know, they say, "Oh, close them down, let's squeeze up." They'll cut us to ribbons at times if we do that.
You did have a flurry of opportunities in the last sort of 20 minutes, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing, by staying in the game, and then it's going to change over 100 minutes, which games are now. It's going to change a little bit, and it's going to swing in our favour. I thought Ollie Clark really got us going, closing down, getting a tackle in, gets the crowd up, and all of a sudden we're a little bit more in the faces. But is that us sort of being more like that, or them dropping off it a little bit? It's probably a bit of both.
What did you say to the lads, if anything, heading into the penalty shootout?
I just said brilliant to not to lose the game, first of all. 12 games unbeaten, whatever had happened in the penalties, so let's go and finish it off at home. We've been good taking penalties in training and at Sheffield Wednesday, so we saw no reason why we couldn't win the game on penalties tonight.
Christy Pym was the hero. Was that performance in between the sticks written in the stars?
Yeah, although he's disappointed with the first goal, so probably it would mean a little bit more to him. But you know, I think Christie wishes them all the best, as we all do. He didn't leave in the best of circumstances, but that's gone now. It's water under the bridge. Just wish your ex-teammates all the best, and we sincerely hope that they're getting promoted.
But the bottom line, they were well struck, broadly speaking, by Mansfield, those penalties.
Yeah, they were, and that's why we've been good at them. We don't coach them, but we say to the players, get some pace on the ball, think about the height and direction and everything. Don't just go up, without a thought in your head. You've got to be clear when you're walking up that 40 yards what you're doing.
Great cup tie overall, and surrounded by a fantastic atmosphere.
Absolutely brilliant. I thought once we got, in the last 20 minutes or so, you really saw the crowd come into their own, and the noise, and despite the Quarry Lane here and not being open, I thought there was more than enough atmosphere from a good Peterborough following, and all our supporters in the main stand. It really felt we could sense it from behind. When you're in the dugout down there, you can sense it building, for the last sort of 10-15 minutes. How
do you describe that feeling at the end?
I'm delighted we got back to 2-2, and then penalties, anything happens, but it's lovely when you win. And we're into the next round, fourth round, first time for nearly 50 years. So hell of an achievement. But so is the 12 games unbeaten.
Yeah, Stags not reaching that round since 1975. It really is coming nicely together early on this campaign.
Yeah, it is, but that's what it is early on. We're only a month in, just over a month, something like that. So 6 weeks, plenty of time. So we've just got to keep doing what we're doing, keep our feet on the ground, most importantly, and try and get a result at Gillingham, because that's all that matters now. As soon as that, within a minute, well done tonight, lads. Get your minds on Gillingham now. That's all that matters. Anybody you particularly fancy for the next round? No, we just thought, I think Man U away is always the most attractive one for the supporters and the lads to have an opportunity to visit Old Trafford will be pretty special. Quick word on Gillingham, another big game in Sky Bet League 2. This perhaps the toughest you've faced? Yeah, second v third, we're away. They've had a clear week on the back of everything that we've put in tonight. We'll try and raise it to get another performance. I think the 3 we've got coming up next week are a big week. Next 4 league games actually, but certainly the 3 with the Tuesday night one home to Wrexham. You've got 3 very good teams who are going to be thereabouts. Might you mix it back up again? Well, there's not going to be too much mixing up. Callum Johnson might come back in, but the 7 sort of lads remain out or whatever, so there's not much we can do about them. And we'll just see. Lads have put an awful lot in tonight, but it was important, like the likes of Lucas and Davis, just to try and not play another game. They've played every minute almost of every game, so it's important for other lads, the squad, to play their part as they did brilliantly tonight. Yeah, it was a fantastic night. Thanks for your time. Thank you.